Hi everyone, I have some new crafts that I have completed this past week that I want to share with you. Let's get started, stick with me. It's a bumpy ride. Okay everyone, it has been such a bumpy ride. Life is a bumpy ride. It seems like every time I get on here, I'm like, oh, this is happening, this is happening. Let's just talk about fun stuff. Anyways, I got a crafting bug this week. I decided to make some crafts. So I hope you can see these on here really well. They're really pretty. I think they are, and but I'm excited. I'm excited for myself to being able to do these. And when I'm doing them, I'll be getting discouraged. I'm like, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. This just looks like a mess. Oh no! But it seems like the Lord helps turn it out okay, because I'll be like, Lord, please help me. You do such beautiful things. Can you help this little bitty teeny tiny person down here to make something pretty? And that's how I feel about it. So, and I hope y'all aren't discouraged when I show crafts, but my channel does focus on diamond painting and crafts. So, you know, sometimes you get tired of one certain thing, and if you're an artist, you're a crafter, or you're someone that's creative, you can't just get sitting on one thing. You see other things, you're like, oh, I can make that, I can make that, I can make that. Oh, I wonder if I can make that. And if you're one of those people that says, there's no way I could make that, you'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised that you can make things step by step. You can do it. You learned how to get through 12 years of high school, hopefully. Even if it was 9 years or 10 years, you still got through it. You didn't fail it. Even if you failed it a year or two, you still got through it. Okay, the first one that I want you to see is one that I was really worried that wasn't going to turn out very well. It's a frame that you can float a picture in between the plexiglass. And so I don't do that. And what I did is I painted on the back. I painted one of the plexiglass. It has two, because you float a picture in between. One of the plexiglasses I painted. And you might can tell that when I sandwiched them together and then pulled them apart, it made a design on that looks sort of like coral and stuff underneath the water. So I'm hoping you're able to see that. Really am. And said, well, I'll take some driftwood and we'll make some little piers, and I'll put some different colors of sea glass over where that blue is, and you still can see through it a little bit. See? You can still see through it a little bit if I shine a little light behind it. Let's see, you can tell. And these little seashells at the top are painted to look like seagulls. Now these little things here are seagulls in the background, but those come out of a sand dollar. If you open up a sand dollar, you'll get 5 to 7 of these little birds, and I glued them on there, and then I glued these on there, and it looks three-dimensional. It is 3D, but it just gives it a depth, and it turned out really well. I was looking at it, and I've got some little shiny diamond painting sparklers in there. Can you see those sparklers in there on the top of the waves? You see them? AB sparklers in blue. And I got that from Diamond Painting with Sparklers. And there's little diamond painting 910s, 310s, Why did I say 9/10? I think it's 3/10. I'm losing my mind. Anyways, I got that for the little eyes, and I've got a little round seed bead for their beaks. And that's how I did this one, and you can tell on the back. So I didn't like the fact that it didn't look like these weren't underwater, and I was like, okay, how am I going to do that? So I layered the sea glass on here. Now this is genuine sea glass. I ordered this, and it is on top of the painted area. Now the paint is actually sandwiched in between two pieces of plexiglass, and that's how I did this one. So there's the little seagulls. All right. Now next is see some of my glue. I stopped trying to get the little drips of glue off because it causes the plexiglass to have like a messed up area or whatever, and it doesn't look as good as it could. So now I'm just leaving them, and it's sort of part of the design now. As you can see, this is the same type of frame as before with the two pieces of plexiglass, except this is just a one layer. Man alive, I've had to let this E6000 glue air out. I went ahead and bought some that wasn't the less less odorless, that's what I'm trying to say. And honey, whew, I had it in an open area, so that way I wouldn't be counting stars and rainbows and jumping hurdles in the clouds, because you know I didn't want to be high from it. But honey, this stuff could make you high. But it's airing out good, it's dried, and it's pieces of chunks of chipped glass and seashells and beads, pearl beads, flat back pearl beads, some little seashells that were given to me by Miss Paula at my previous vendor mall that I was with. And I've got some stained glass that I've tumbled, some real sea glass, and some pieces of wonderful fancy seashells, a piece of driftwood, and some green beads. This one has the green and blue and a little bit of the yellow with it, so you can see that one up close. Let's see how it looks. See if you like that one. All right, that's the second one, and you can see it behind some light. I'm trying to get it behind the light of the window. If you can tell that it's got that light right there. And I'm going to put little things to hang them up with. Or you can set them in a plate stand on something. They look really good in a plate stand too. Here is the second one. Instead of a starfish, this one has a sand dollar in it. This sand dollar come from Fripp Island, South Carolina, on the coast. And we have sea glass, we have some little shells, this is some driftwood, and some tumbled glass that I made is the yellow, and this right here, it's got a green and this used to be a plate, glass platter that I broke, and heaven forbid I broke a glass platter that was so pretty and it had all these different designs on it. But I was like, this is gonna make some beautiful pendants and beautiful crafts and jewelry. So I went ahead and did it, and this one has more of a blue, even though it does have a little bit of, some of the things are revolting. It takes a few days to kind of get all the loose things to come off. But anyways, it's glued really good, believe me. So what was I saying? We have some green sea glass, and while the other one was mostly green, this one is mostly blue. So they actually both I'll let you see this up close before I put both of them together. You can see through that, see with the light behind it and everything. I hope that it's showing it to you correctly. You know, it's always in and out with the focus, you know, and I'll try to get up there for you to really see everything on it. And you can see how it is. And then on the back, it has, you can see how it looks on the back. So it's even pretty on the back. So yeah. Anyways, these two look really good together. Or you could buy it. I'm gonna have these for sale. These two, and put the third one. Let's see if I can hold it and not break them. Pray for me, youngins. You could put this one in the middle if you wanted all three. And then this one on the side. So that's what all three of those look like. And I hope you all love those. So be very careful. Be very, very, very careful. Okay. We are being careful. Careful. Like little kids say, careful, careful. The next thing is something that me and Mom both love to do, and we're both going to offer some of these. Now this is my first attempt at this, and well, it's all of this. I'm just a beginner on all of it, so you just go with the flow, people. I'm getting the glue gun strings off of some of this. You don't see them. Sometimes you think you've got them all, and then you look at it again. Nope, you got more. Okay, so the first one is a blue sea glass. Well, you could say Christmas tree, but it can stay out all year. It doesn't have to go. You don't have to put it up. You could keep it in your bathroom. It is a sea glass tree, and you can see sea glass seashell tree. It has shells in it, obviously, and it has little pieces of sea glass, and it's just, you just tuck things in here and there in it. Just let you see this up close. Kind of go around with it little by little. I don't want to drop it on the other one. You can see there's things tucked in and tucked away inside there, like little pearls and little teeny tiny snail shells and all kinds of things. And at the top it has the star with a little pearl on it. So there's the blue one, and here is the yellow one. Now this is, it's really hard to tell which would be the front, which one you'd want to be the front, which one you want it to be the back. And I kind of like the back of this one better now that I'm sitting here looking at it right in my face. Yeah, I like the back of this one even better, and you'll see why in a minute. But you can see the really cute little pieces of everything in there, and this thing. This is why I like that. So I hope you really enjoy this. These are really neat. They will be offered on the website. Just remember that these are fragile. I will try to get them to you. And I'm getting all the glue. It's a lot. It takes a lot of hot glue, and I use the very really tough kind, the stuff that, I mean, it's hard to break off unless it gets wet. If it gets wet, it'll come apart. You don't want this to be wet, so don't put this in the rain or anything like that. So if you want this, it'll be on our website, by the time I put this up on online, I'll make sure I have this. I'll try to get this on the website for you. It is really glued. This is really glued, but you know, these things can be very delicate, and I will pack it as well as it can be packed. If it breaks, I would be glad to refund money and you send it and get it sent back. I stand behind my things. If you don't like what you got, no problem with refunding it, okay? Because I want you to be happy. I don't want you to be settling on, that doesn't look all that great. Just, you know, if you're not happy with it, we'll do something about it, you know. Or if you'd rather have a credit or buy something in it, you know, in its place, whatever, that's up to you. But here are the two trees side by side, and if you notice this little shed, the little bitty snail is in there. That is so cute. See that little, let's see if I can block myself out and let you see that little shell in there, right there. Well, somewhere under there. Anyways, this is what they look like side by side, and would make a great bathroom decor. That if you have, or anywhere you have seashell decor, beach decor in your house or anything like that, that's what these are for. So now the last thing that I have to show you is something, this is the first time I've ever done this. I've just seen these on where I look up wholesalers to find gemstones and things, genuine gemstones. I'm starting to get a little more into that with jewelry. I love my glass beads and glass everything and all that, but I also love real gemstones. And so I am getting a little into that, and I'm going to be starting to do some really neat different things. So while I was watching these wholesale auction things, they would have these in the background, and I'd be like, these are so neat. I wonder, I bet I can make that. I'll have to see. And at first I was like, oh, I don't know. Everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing this on their pendants. Everybody's doing this. I'm like, I want to do something different. Well, it wore on me. Trees. Do you see the tree that I made? Is copper wire in a planter. It's about the size of your hand. Planter sits in the palm of your hand, and it's about the height of your hand, a little taller. And that's only because it's bent a little. You know, you bend it to make it look like a real tree. And it's got these wonderful, let me get out of the view. That's the thing. If I can get out of the view of the camera, it usually will focus, but for some reason it's not today, as usual. Anyways, this has seed beads. There are seed beads on each one of these, and some of them have a certain amount, some of them have a different amount. I made them a little off, and you know, that's the way it is in life. Trees, some trees don't have the same amount of leaves on every branch and the same amount of branches on every limb. So, and that's how I made mine. And it's all wire wrapped in there. And then it's got some white chips in here, gravel. And I've just now turned it upside down after it dried to get anything loose. Which, you know, don't fret if you buy this on my little web store and it gets to you and there's some of these out. It's only because it's gravel, and gravel has a mind of its own. You know how that is. And try to get it all in there. And if you poke too much with your finger, you'll burn it with that glue, and it all come off sticking to your finger, and you have all this gravel. I know. That's what was happening to me. But anyways, I was so excited with how this little tree turned out. My very first tree. I thought for sure that this was going to be a wired up mess as a first try. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I had cut the wires all too short, looking at two different how-to videos, how-to things on Google. And I was like, well, it's okay, Lara. We'll just do a short version because this is a little bitty pot. It's not a huge pot, so it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So I went ahead with it and kept on, and I kept doing the steps, and it's amazing how I love this little tree. I do. I love this little tree. I love how it turned out. It's just gorgeous. I love it. It's going to be hard for me to part with this, but it just looks like a little spring tree getting its little flowers on it. You know, it's black with a silvery color to it, metallic black, and then you've got clear beads, and then you've got pearl beads, and I kind of randomly done them. I didn't ever do every one of them in the same way, and I love how it turned out. I really did. I thank you, Lord. See, the Lord's so good to me. He helps me do these things because He knows I worry about them. Please, Lord, don't let them look stupid. Don't let them look awful. You know, us little humans down here, we can't do nothing to save our lives. We need you to help us. Feel sorry for us a little bit, you know, and all that. But yeah, He hears us, and he has compassion. As you can see, he had compassion. So don't be afraid to do new things, new crafts. Don't be afraid at all. Get out there, get doing them, find the stuff. My problem is I don't know where to stop. I will like, okay, I'm going to do this craft. Now I need all the supplies for that. Now I'm going to do this craft. I need all the supplies for that. And my husband's like, if I had hair, I would pull it out on the floor. Poor thing. Amen. I need to slow down. I do need to slow down and start making all the things that I have for plans in there. So I hope you enjoyed these. Please tell me what your favorite is. Go check them out. If you like them, grab them up. I'll make more. I know I'm going to make more of these. I've got a ton of pots, and then I've got some that will be on rocks that are just amazingly beautiful crystals and fantasy colored, oh my gosh, Aurora Borealis, big huge crystal rocks that you can, they're gemstones actually. The tree will be on it, so I will be making those, so be on the lookout for those. So if this one sells out, don't worry, I'm going to be making more of those for you, and I may even do a video of me making one for y'all. I may even do one making these. I know you'd probably like to know where I got these, how to make these wonderful items. Thank you again for being my greatest, wonderfulest supporters. It feels good to have people that really encourage you to support what you do and get excited about what you do. You know, family, they're used to me and it's not a big thing for them, and you know, and like things that they don't really like, and you know, and so they're into their life doing their things. And so whenever I am around people like y'all that love this type of stuff and love diamond paintings, it's just so fun because we encourage each other and we get excited for each other and what we're doing. So don't be afraid to get started in new crafts. I've got some other things to review coming that I'm waiting on that I have seen. I've got something that's coming that I don't personally do, but I may learn it, a new type of craft. I may learn it with y'all, so it'll be a learning thing for both of us. That'll be on its way, and I just have a lot in this head I want to do for y'all, and then life gets in the way, grandkids and you know, illnesses and major things like that. You know how life goes. It always tries to stop you in what you want to do. Please hang in there with me. Thank you so much for supporting me. Please remember to like and subscribe so that way YouTube knows to send this out as a suggestion to other people that like crafts, to other people like diamond painting, other people like seashell art, sea glass and wire wrapping. All of that is a craft and artwork. And so those people that are liking that stuff may like to see these ideas and to do them too. So YouTube won't know it unless you hit the thumbs up, like button, and subscribe. That will help YouTube send it on out there to other people like you, and then I get to meet more sweet supporters. Thank you so very much. I know I say it all the time. God bless you. I love you all. Bye.